Hi everyone, welcome to etabs 2016 beginners tutorial. In this tutorial, we'll be dealing with how to model a staircase in etabs 2016. As we know that there are different kinds of staircases, but here we're going to deal with the waist slab staircase which is longitudinally supported. So first, before going into the modeling, let's get into the dimensional details of the staircase. So here, in this figure you can find that the first flight of stair is divided into three different parts. The first one is the bottom landing that is having a span of 1.5 meter, and the second one is a flight or a go which is having a span of 2.7 meter, and it consists of a waist slab and the steps that is assigned on it. And in the case of steps, the dimension of the rise and the tread is 150 mm and 300 mm respectively. And the next part is a mid landing that is about 1.5 meter from the floor level and having a span of 1.5 meter. And here we are going to assign the staircase in a room dimension of 2.4 into 5.7 meter. And here when we go for modeling, we are going to only model the waist slab in the case of flight or a go, and the steps are going to be assigned as a dead load. You will be getting a better clarity about this when you go ahead with this tutorial. So here I have already finished modeling a small commercial building that is having a 3 meter floor height. If you are a beginner who is not familiar with etabs modeling, you can visit my channel Civilknowhow tutorials and check out the basics etab tutorial videos for the beginners. So now let's get back to the modeling of the staircase. So here this is the area where I'm going to model my staircase or assign my staircase, which is having a dimension of 2.4 into 5.7 meter. That is the dimension of the room. So our objective is to assign the staircase from the ground level till the topmost floor level, that is the terrace. The first step in modeling is actually defining or assigning a bottom beam in the ground floor slab from which the first flight of stair originates from. So for that, let's go to plan and select ground. And let's get rid of this extruded view. So here I need to assign a ground floor beam which is 1.5 meter in distance from this beam. So here I have already defined a beam in frame sections, that is B200 400. So this is a beam that I'm going to assign as my ground floor beam for defining the stair. So click on draw beam or column option, and in property I'm going to select B200 into 400, and I'm going to offset this beam by 1.5 meter, which is the span of the bottom landing level. So here when I offset it, so here right now I have obtained a ground beam of 1.5 meter. So the next step is actually defining a beam between the first floor and the ground floor, that is at 1.5 meter from the ground floor. So for that, let's go to the elevation and select the grid line A, which passes through the staircase beams. So here 1.5 meter from the ground floor, I need to have a mid landing slab plus a beam. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to select this column and I'm going to go to edit, select edit frames and click on divide frames. So here I'm going to select the first option, that is divide into two frame objects. So if I'm going to select this one, it will be dividing the frame into equal two frame objects. So since my floor height is 3 meter and I need my landing beam at the mid level at 1.5 meter, this will work. So click on apply and OK. So now you can see that the column is being divided into two parts. And next let's go to 3D view. And let's zoom here a bit. So here we have divided this column into two equal parts, and in similar manner let's do the same with this column also, so that we can connect a landing beam over here at the mid level. So let's select this column and go to edit, and from edit frames select divide frames, and we select the first option and click on apply and OK. So now the column over here is also divided. And now let's join these two columns at the mid level by creating a mid-level landing beam. So let's go to create or draw beam, and let's select the B200 into 400 beam. And here now we have created a mid-level landing beam. So next we need to create a mid-level landing slab adjacent to this landing beam. So for that, let's draw a beam with an offset of 1.5 meter from the landing beam, that is a mid-level landing beam. So here I have just finished drawing an offset of 1.5 meter from the landing beam. So next we need to draw a mid-landing slab. So for that, let's first define the slab. So go to define, and under section properties, select slab sections, and here select add new property, and here I'm going to name it as ST200, that is a stair slab or the landing slab with a 200 mm thickness, and the slab material that I'm going to assign is according to the Indian standard, that is M25, and here the modeling type is the shell thin. And next, under the property data, I'm going to select it as slab, and the thickness I have already assigned, that is 0.2 meter, and then click on OK. OK. So next we need to draw the slab. So let's go to this option, that is draw floor or wall plan elevation 3D. Click on this, and let's select the property as we have assigned before, that is ST200. And now let's assign it. Let's assign it by joining the corners of this beam, of this offset beam and the original landing beam, and click on enter. After drawing the mid landing slab, now I intend to replicate this ground floor beam to the first floor. So I have selected the beam. Now I go to edit and select the replicate, and go to the story and select the first story, that is F1, and click on apply and then OK. So now the beam is being replicated to the first floor, and the next step is to divide these beams at the midpoint, because I need to connect the flight stair with the bottom beam and also to the top beam. So I'm going to select the replicated beam and also the other beams connecting the base slab and the ground floor, and go to edit, go to edit frames, select divide frames, and click on apply and OK. And now the beams have been divided. So next, let me go to the plan view, and I go to the ground. So now we need to draw a stair fly that is going to connect the ground floor to the mid landing, and from the mid landing to the first floor. So for that, let's select the draw floor or wall option, and for the as a property, I'm going to select the slab thickness that I have assigned before, that is 200 mm thick slab. So I have just started from this joint and connected with the middle joint, and now I need to go to the middle floor. So I'm going to take the 3D view. This is quite a bit messy, but still it's a good option, and join over here in this middle point and connect it to the other adjacent point, and then come back to the ground floor. So your first stair flight is ready right now, and the next what we have to do is we have to connect the mid landing to the first floor. So for that, let's select the draw floor option again, and let's go with the same slab, and I'm going to connect these two over here, and let me go to the plan view of the first floor, click on apply and OK, and I will just zoom a bit. Okay, hope you can see right now, and I'm going to join this midpoint and join this point and come back to the, let's go to 3D view and come back to the mid landing beam or the mid landing slab. So here the two flights of stair is being ready, that is connecting the mid landing slab, and after connecting the stair with the slab, we can now delete this beam because this is not actually present in our plan. So let's delete it. And now let's go to the plan of the first floor. And let's assign a slab over this region. So I'm going to go to the draw rectangular floor wall option, and here I'm going to assign a slab of lesser thick, that is S125, which I have defined before. So here the slab has been defined. And the next step after drawing the staircase is that we are going to assign the loads, that is the live load and the dead load. So first let us assign the live load. So the live load I'm going to assign over this stair is 5 kN per meter square, since it is a commercial building. So I'm going to go to the assign option and select the shell loads, select uniform, and here under live load I'm going to assign number 5 in units of kilonewton per meter square and click on apply and OK. So now you can see the load has been applied as a live load, and next I need to assign the dead load. So I'm going to assign a dead load of 5 kN per meter square, same as live load, because this dead load is going to include the weight of the steps plus the weight of the finishes that we're going to apply on the stair. So let us select the dead over here and keep the value 5 itself and click on apply and OK. So now we have the dead load and the live loads being applied on the staircase. And next is that we need to replicate this staircase to the upper floors, because we don't have to draw it again and again. We have already drawn a one single staircase, so we're going to copy this staircase to the upper floors. So for that, let's select the staircase and go to the edit option and select the replicate, and we'll go to the story. So here, as of now, we have assigned the staircase from ground to the first floor. So next what we can do is that we are going to assign it to the first floor, second floor till the terrace. So let's select the stories from F1 to terrace, that is F1, F2 and terrace, and click on apply and OK. So here now you can see that the stair is starting from the ground floor and is being connected to the terrace. And here the one thing is missing is that the landing slab over this part is missing. So let's assign the load over here and replicate the landing slab on the first floor to the second and the terrace. So let's go to the plan view again and go to the F1, that is the first floor, apply. So I'm providing a load, a dead load of 1.5 and a live load of 2 kN per meter square. Okay, it's 2. And now let's select the slab and go to edit and replicate, the same thing that we have done for the stairs also. So gonna select it's already been assigned in F1, so we only have to replicate to the second floor and to the terrace. So let's select these two floors and click on apply and OK. And now if we go to a 3D view, you can see that we have finished modeling the stair and also the slab over here. And if you want to see the rendered view of this model, including the staircase, you can go to view and click on show rendered view. So this is a rendered view of our staircase. So this comes to the end of the tutorial of modeling a staircase in etabs 2016. If you find this tutorial useful, please do like, share and post your comments for this video. And do subscribe to our channel for the upcoming etabs tutorial videos.